Right, this weekend is the grand finale of this season of Formula E. And it happens in New York City for the second time. We went there for the first time last year, and about this time last year, I went out for probably the first time on one of these electric skateboards and did a track guide. Conditions back then were pretty different to what we expect this weekend. Welcome to Brooklyn and the inaugural Qualcomm New York City ePrix. This is a brand new circuit, so let's go and have a look at it. And what better way to do that than on an electric skateboard? Now this is season 4 of ABB Formula E that we are coming to the end of this weekend. And this weekend, as with every other season that we've had so far, the championship goes down to the very final weekend of the entire season. 2 men could walk away being champion this weekend. One is Brit Sam Bird and the other is Frenchman Jean-Eric Vergne. Jean-Eric Vergne goes into the weekend with a 23-point lead in the championship. Significant, but there are 58 points available to play for over the course of the New York doubleheader weekend. There's a full race day programme on Saturday and another one follows it up on Sunday, so double points available. If you're not familiar with the point scoring system, like in Formula 1, there's 25 points for the win, going down to 18 for second place and so on and so on. But in Formula E, unlike Formula 1, there are 3 points available for the person who gets the Julius Baer pole position earlier in the day, and another bonus point available for whoever gets the fastest lap from inside the top 10 finishing positions in the race. Jean-Eric Vergne and his Techeetah team, who are a Chinese-based team, independent team, not one of the major manufacturers in this sport, have done incredibly well this season. Only their second season in Formula E to develop the car, which is the same, technically the same car as the Renault Edams squad that have been so successful over the last few years. So Techeetah have been incredibly successful in developing that, coming good as a team, maximising most of the points available to them this season. Vergne's definitely the on-form driver at the moment, but coming into New York, this is a circuit that Sam Bird absolutely smashed last year with double victory. If he can do that again this year, that puts Jean-Eric Vergne under some serious pressure for the championship fight. The circuit's been modified for this year with 3 extra turns added in, so that's a new challenge. That's something that all of the teams will have been running in their simulators as best they can to give themselves an idea of what to expect. It's a track that's energy hungry, and that means that the teams and drivers will have to manage the way they drive throughout each of the ePrix to control the usage of that energy and make sure they can get to the end of the race. I expect to see a lot of lift and coasting at different times in the race, and much as you may not like that as a pure out-and-out racer, you want to see teams and drivers and cars going flat out, what it does do is create massive overtaking opportunities at different points in the race, where some cars are running at different performance levels to others. I really like that. It makes for great racing. It's a track that has different types of tarmac at different points on the circuit, like many of them do, and that provides a real challenge for the tyres on these cars and keeping them at constant temperatures and within the constant temperature window that they need to be in to operate effectively. A little bit like Formula 1 tyres, these are temperature sensitive tyres on a Formula E car, and they need to be managed very carefully through the driver's style and the car setup. All in all, this should be a spectacular event, not only in terms of the racing, but this is a very special event for ABB Formula E. It's the last time we will see Formula E in its current format with these current cars. We're currently using a Formula E car that was developed over 4 years ago to get this championship off the ground. It was state-of-the-art, the battery was state-of-the-art. It's been an incredibly successful bit of kit. And the teams over the years have found ways to develop it, to maximise it, to develop the powertrains that sit in the back of them. They have now become much more than a one-make series, which is how it started off, with a spec car. They've now become individually designed cars where the manufacturers are putting huge resource and time and energy and learning and understanding into developing these electric powertrains that drive the things, and the technology that they're developing here is already finding its way into some incredibly spectacular road cars that we could all be using soon. This weekend will be the last time we see them in action. Next year, of course, season 5, not only do we get new teams joining Formula E, which is great for the series, but we get brand new cars, brand new batteries, a brand new race format as well. So lots to look forward to. Next year, of course, we won't be having the mid-race car swap that we currently have halfway through the current E-Prix, because next year's car will do the entire race faster and for longer on one single battery, so one single car. That is a real sign of how Formula E's developed over these 4 short seasons. If you haven't yet followed Formula E, I highly recommend giving it a try. It's a great location for a race. This is happening in Brooklyn, looking back at the Manhattan skyline. It's incredibly impressive. The track has been modified for this year, so it's a little bit longer as well. And last year, I've got to say, it was a great event. I loved being there, loved being in that special city. Everybody's in a good mood. It's the final one of the season as well. And that means there's a lot to look forward to as a fan. So if you love motor racing, I urge you to watch it. If you're in New York City, I urge you to go. It's a spectacular place to visit. Kids now go free up to the age of 15 years old. Get yourselves down there, go and enjoy it. Wherever you're watching it, let me know what you think.